This is the Rode Wireless Go 2, this thing here. I've been using it a ton recently for videos like this. I love it. Wasn't going to make a video about it, but I've been using it so much, I'm impressed by it so much that I figured it kind of needed a video. So let's talk about the Rode Wireless Go 2. This thing really couldn't be easier to use and turn on. Honestly, a baby could do it. On the bottom here, there's a little button. Click and hold that, it turns on. Then you turn on the receiver, click and hold the button. And let me get out a shot here so it can focus. Come on, you can do it. There we go. It shows you on there what's connected, either one or both units. The battery life, your audio levels. Really straightforward. Kind of a long cable on here right now. This isn't the one that comes with it. It's just so I could show this to you. So the wireless range on this is 200 meters. That's in a perfect world. That's also line of sight. I've only ever had one issue with it before. I'm going backwards on the one wheel. That's why it feels and looks awkward. I've only ever had one issue with it before, and I was on an elevation. The camera was on an elevation with the receiver, and then I was down below it, probably like 30, 40 meters on a hill. And I lost service there. That was probably after 100 meters. I'm going to turn around. So let's just do a test now and see how far I can get. This is probably like 50 meters, officially 200. Let's see how far we can get. How many weird looks I get from the neighbors. What's that weird guy doing with the mic? They can't tell it's wireless. Looks like I'm just talking to myself, riding around on a weird contraption. How far is that? That's got to be like 150. That'll do. If you needed to go further than that, then buy something else. Now, as well as being a pretty decent wireless option, they actually have a backup kind of built-in solution as well. So each of the senders that send to the receiver, which goes into the camera, they have a built-in hard drive or memory, I guess, and they can record up to 40 hours of compressed audio or 7 hours of uncompressed audio. And the way you access that and enable this feature is in the Rode Central app, which you have to do on a computer, and then you can download and export the audio files from each of the receivers, from the senders when you plug them in via USB-C. And they turn on and start recording automatically as soon as you turn those senders on. So if there's interference, it doesn't reach the receiver, or you lose connection or something like that, whatever it was originally recording, it still has a backup of on the unit itself. So it's pretty useful. Now, speaking of the app, once you have it set up how you like it, you really don't need to go in and use it that much. I didn't find myself going in changing settings around frequently. I just get it how I want it. It's good to go. You're only really going back in to download the backup audio files if you need to use them. Otherwise, it's good to go. Works with both PC and with Mac. Yes, there is a Mac version, which is nice. I would like to see them potentially add a phone app in the future if you want to change things on the go, but as I said, you're not really changing things around that much. Audio-wise, this is how it sounds just straight out of the camera. I'm not doing anything special to it. I'm not editing anything in post. And I'm no audiophile by any means. I don't really know a lot about sound, but to me, this sounds fine. Doesn't sound bad at all. Happy with it, to be honest with you. Got out of the truck now, haven't I? I've got to get back in it to do the next shot. Now you can actually control the levels on the unit itself. I have mine on the lowest setting. I do find sometimes it's still a bit hot, so I tend to bring down the levels on my camera as well. Now you can actually set in the Rode app so that each of the senders will record at a lower dB, minus 20 dB, as a backup track. So that's there. Again, you'd have to use the Rode Central app, but it's an option for you if you wanted to. With each of the senders, you can actually specify how they record. So you get two with the Wireless Go 2 kit and then the receiver as well, which goes into the camera. I have one sender set up to record on the left channel and then one on the right channel. You can have them both to record to both. It's entirely up to you. I just like it this way. If you're recording an interview or something, you can easily mix them in post. Or if you're just recording yourself, and this could be the left, it could be the right, I don't know. Doesn't matter. All they do in post is go dual mono and problem solved. I think it's the ease and simplicity of this whole system that makes me like it so much. If something's easy to use, you're going to be more inclined to enjoy using it. Even something like the clip on the senders and receivers here, that's been designed to have multiple purposes. So I've got it in my hand right now, but I can clip it to the peak of my hat and it still picks me up pretty good. Impressively good, to be honest with you, and now I'm completely hands-free, so I can do activities. You can also use it to clip to your shirt. I'm still not convinced I know which way it's meant to go, whether it's like this way or on the inside. People do it both ways. It does work great for both. It also has these little dead cats now which don't fall off. They just kind of twist on. So change the design a little bit for that. But yeah, another hands-free solution on your shirt. I didn't even have this one scheduled in there, but if you need to tie your shoe and you have holly jeans, it just clips on perfectly there. And I figured that out because I actually needed to tie my shoe and needed somewhere to put it, so I clipped it on there and thought, I'll record that too. The main thing though that you're going to be using the clip for, if you weren't aware, is it's perfectly designed to fit onto the top of the hot shoe there. So you can use it as the world's most expensive microphone like this with the camera, or just for attaching to the top of the hot shoe for the receiver when it's going into the 3.5mm jack. And if you want even more of a hands-free experience, attach a lav mic, pop it on your belt, and you're good to go. Something I've actually been doing at weddings with the Rode Wireless Go 2 this year as well is, normally I have a signal coming out of the DJ's board. That's how I capture my audio for speeches, for the reception. So let's say that pink cable goes into the DJ board, goes into my H1N, that's how I record my audio. But also, in my line out, where I check with my headphones just to make sure it's good to begin with, I pop a cable in there which goes into the sender, which then sends a signal to the camera I'm recording the speeches with, and I get a high quality scratch track, potentially usable as a backup if I need to. And also I know if this isn't working properly or the levels are too low or something like that, because it sends me the signal to it. Useful. And then finally this thing, the Rode Interview Go, which is basically just a big bit of plastic with a cold shoe on it that the sender clips to, and then this goes over the top. That's pretty much it. It's a vibe, I like it, it's super comfortable, super casual. There's a lady over there and this just makes me feel a little bit more important and like I know what I'm doing, opposed to just standing and talking to the camera, which can be super awkward. So yeah, I really like the Interview Go. It's an expensive bit of plastic. So yeah, the Rode Wireless Go 2. Ton of functionality, super reliable, good range, lots of stuff you can do with it, clip it to things. I like it, you'll like it, you should buy one. The main thing you'll probably be using, I do not want to sit on that, a bunch of bugs just came out. If the levels seem a little bit too high, you can just, hello, feel like it's a little bit too hot still, so I just kind of bring my levels down. Attach a lav mic and put it on your belt. Clip it onto your belt, a bit more discreet.